Now we're going to look at polygons and arrays. First, I'm going to draw me 3 circles. Where is not particularly important. I want one to be a 2-inch diameter. I want another one to be a 4-inch diameter. And I want the next one to be a 10-inch diameter, all centered on the same spot. So what I'm going to do is make a 2D disc break real quick. So we can start with our polygon. We'll come up here. It's next to in the rectangle drop down box. Oop, need one more circle. So I need a circle with a center diameter and I'm going to make that 0.75, so 3/4 of an inch. So now we're ready to come get our polygon tool, which is up here in the drop down with the rectangle, and I want a 6-sided polygon. So if that's our stud, now we need a nut to go around it. We have inscribed or circumscribed. An inscribed is going to fit inside the triangle. A circumscribed is going to fit outside of the triangle. So I want a circumscribed 0.75. And now we've got our nut and our bolt. One is never going to hold a wheel on, so easy way to deal with this is we can come up here to array. We're going to pick a polar array, and we're going to select our 2 objects, press enter. It wants to know the center point of our array, which is going to be the center of our circle, and it correctly assumed 6, which I was going to use. You can change that number to whatever you want it to be, such as 8, as you'd see on a heavier duty truck. You can also change the how far around you want them to go. If you only wanted them to go 180 degrees around, you could do something like that, but same time the truck would probably roll kind of funny, so we'll stick with our 360. And of course we've got other options. We can select multiple rows. That's not doing me a whole lot of good for what I'm trying to do, but just wanted to show you anyway. So I'm going to put it back to 1 row the way I wanted it. You can have levels. It's not really showing here, but that's how we create our. That's how we use polygons and polar arrays to create things quite simply. Now, if we actually wanted to make these, we would probably be cutting the the outer circular part out of a solid piece of steel and possibly some of the others. So we can come up here, and if we were going to cut them out of a big sheet of steel, we would want to use the rectangular array. So we can select our entire object, and we've got a 3x4 right now. If we were cutting that out of a 4x8 sheet of something, that would be wasting a lot of material. So we can change our columns, which are the ones across, to 8, and we can change our rows to 4. So that's what we want, but that's not going to fit on a 4x8 sheet unless we mess with it a little bit. So we got to change our between spacing, tighten them up. So if I come up here and change that to 11, change that to 11, that tightened it up considerably. So I think that'll fit now. We can close our array and check. So the easiest way to check would be throw us a rectangle around it. So rectangle, I'm gonna start right here, and so yeah, it fits in our 4x8 sheet. So that's one way we can make a whole bunch of parts real fast. So that's our polar array, our rectangular array, and our polygons. And we're going to look real quick at one other thing. So we're going to create another new drawing in inches. And this time I'm going to take a polyline and create us a path. For our stuff to follow along. And I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to put a circle here. So we can put us a circle, center diameter. I'm going to make it about 1 inch. So if we come up to our array and this time grab the path array, which is the only one we haven't looked at yet, and we select our object, press enter, select our curve, which that's why I made it a polyline instead of having, if I had drawn it with just lines, you would have had to join them. So I'm just selecting our line, and as you can see, it filled in a lot of things for us. Looks pretty good, other than it could use a little bit of adjusting, but so you can click on that and you can drag them around a little bit. You may have to add and delete some if you're not happy with their final position, but you get the idea. So that's how you can use the path array.